Hey everyone, it's Shayna. I am here with my 2020 lineup. I have completely changed my entire planner life, and I've been kind of working out of this planner for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, I think? Something like that. I have completely switched my planner size, my planner, like, obviously this is a color I've never really had before. If you look back at my other stuff, I have completely changed my planner, like, insert style, my planning style, and I gotta say, I have, like, I had peace in my Giglio. This is a pocket, Croco mat, actually Pocket XL black Croco mat. I had peace in that planner, but it was just a little too small, so I ended up carrying that along with a Tul Junior notebook, and it was just a little too much. I didn't like having stuff kind of separated throughout because I couldn't fit everything in the pocket the way I wanted it to be, so I kind of went in between and went with personal rings. Which is a size that I have tried before and hated, to be completely honest. Like, I really did not like it. But I decided to try it again because it just seemed like the logical choice this time based on where my life was at this moment, and I am absolutely loving it. So, I'm going to get into this. I do have a couple other planners too. I guess I'm going to do a separate video on those, but I wanted to show them in here anyway. So I do actually have, I'm not considering them planners necessarily, although this one I guess kind of is. These are all Hobonichis. So I have a Hobonichi A6. This is obviously the original. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use this for journaling for my son. So I'm going to write down, like, things that he does, how he handles things, just general milestone journaling, stuff like that. I really want to try and do this at least once a day, or at least I want to do it once a day, but we'll see how often I get to this. But really I just want to see how he kind of is through the year, something to look back on for him, because I know I won't remember all this stuff, and just kind of like a little journal. So that's this. That's the A6. I do have my Hobonichi Weeks. I did not get the Mega, I got the regular Weeks. So I'm going to be using the same way I did last year, and this is going to be my memory planner. And then I have this cousin. And what I'm going to do with this is going to be basically like my daily journal / art journal / whatever the heck I want to do with it. I want to touch this planner once a day, if at all possible. And even if I just write one word, I don't care how I handle my day, I just want to do something in this day every day. So whether it's going to be a whole page of journaling, just one word, a whole drawing, or whatever, a sticker, I could put a sticker down, it doesn't really matter. I just want to intentionally kind of mark my day each day, because I find I don't take enough time to reflect on how my days went very often. I reflect on what I got done that day, but I don't actually reflect on how the day went. So that's kind of what that planner's for. And once I get those more set up, I'm going to go through those a little more later on in the month, I think. Or possibly February, I forget. I have to still figure out how I'm going to use those. So anyway, this is going to be, and has been for the last week or two, my everyday carry. So this is a Spek. It is just the, like, not a custom, it's just the Touch Me leather in the standard size. I got the 25mm rings, which, it's chunky. This is basically full to the brim, as much as possible. So, I have 2 pens in here. I have my Zebra Sarasa Dry, it's the 04, and then I also have my 05 Papermate Ink Joy, and this is for writing on specific stickers, and then this is just my generic writing pen. I do have some other pens coming in though, because I find that this 04 is a little too thick for my writing style now, so I want to get some thinner pens, so I got some like 0.3s. I have zipper pockets in here. Why is it not focusing? Bogus. Bogus. Bogus! Oh, it's like not wanting to focus at all. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I have a zipper pocket here. This is standard on these. Not the customs, it's just these Touch Me ones, and I just have some stamps in here. I have more stamps than I realized, and I don't use stamps very often. There's also this pocket here, so I have just my freebies from Peachy Plans and the Smushed Peach in here. I have a pocket here, and I have a freebie from Shine Sticker Studio, and then another little freebie die cut from Shine Sticker Studio. I have a bunch of Ollie clips, Ollie blocks in here. I have a bunch more now. They're all small. I get the small and the dots. I find that anything bigger than the small is a little more than I need, but I really, really like these. There is also a pocket back here. I just have a Caribou receipt that has a survey I can do. I'll do back here first. I also have another secretarial pocket here, and this actually has my December 2019 inserts. And then just some white post-it notes. Some task cards I got from Maddie Plans a couple years ago. I'm actually thinking about changing these, but I haven't found like the transparent flags I like. Gas card, or not gas card, car wash card. My washi cutter, which I don't really need, but I still like carrying around. My Ollie block. So, let's get to the guts of this thing. I have this chopping mat. It's a 2-pack. I got it from Dollar Tree, and I basically cut it down to fit in here. Just knock my entire camera over. And I'm using that kind of as a flyleaf here. I don't like I really liked the Giglio and how it came with the, oh, it's not even in here, came with the matching flyleaf, and you can get that for the Spek. I don't think you can get it with this, but I think you can order it maybe separately, I don't know. It just took up so much space on my rings, and I didn't like that. So I just have this chopping mat here, and I actually also have it in the back here for, instead of like a page lifter. I was going to get a Foxy Fix page lifter, but I didn't really want to spend the money on the shipping just to get the page lifter, so I just did this instead, and it's working just fine. So, I have gone through my word of the year. I have a whole video on it that I think it was the last video I posted. My word for 2020 is simplify. So that's kind of the idea throughout this entire planner. I obviously still have decor and color. It's not minimal, it's simple. In some ways. I mean, I still need it to be cute and pretty and stuff, so that's why this is here, but this whole planner itself is simplified. Way more than I've ever had a planner be. So, I just made this on some 110-pound paper I had, and yeah, printed it out. This is some Planner Society acetate I had, and I just moved these from my pocket ring setup I had onto here instead. I have an inbox from SM Plans, and just a random post-it that I had somewhere else. And this is just obviously things that I want to get done at some point, but have really no like time frame. I have this acetate from EO Edits. This was actually a half-letter acetate vellum. It's a digital. Oh my word. This is a digital from EO Edits. I printed it on vellum for my Tul Junior. It's a half-letter size, so I had to cut it down to personal. And then this is also from EO Edits. It's a dashboard digital that she has. And I printed this out on half letter as well and cut it down from my Tul Junior to this, which is why like she does have like the EO Edits somewhere here, and it's cut off because I wanted to use what I had. But these are both from EO Edits. She has very gorgeous stuff. And I have a bunch of other dashboards and stuff in my Tul Junior that I'm no longer using. For a daily planner. I'm using it for notes. I got all of my inserts are basically, except for this first one from SM Plans, they are all basically from Infinite Lotus or Peanuts Planner Co. So this is a yearly overview from Infinite Lotus, and this basically came with, so you get like some future planning here for important dates or birthdays or whatever you want to put in here. And then you also get your 2020 vision, so some goals that you want, a bucket list, and then what I really, really enjoyed is that there's these quarter reviews, so you can go through your quarter one accomplishments, improvements, and any notes on your first quarter, and then obviously the other quarters. So I really liked that. I don't normally use these, but this year I'm going to, because I'm really kind of trying to be a little more about goal setting and reflection on my goals. So, yeah. And then this chunk, this is the first time I've ever done this. But what I did was I actually printed out, this is an entire year's worth of inserts, monthly and weekly. So these are also from Infinite Lotus. Each month, so where's my month here? This is a month, although I do have like some other things in here. But this is a month. You get a monthly overview up front, so some top goals, important dates, a to-do list for the month, and then you get into your monthly. So it's just really, really basic. Really, really light. I like that. I still am doing some color coding, but I'm not doing it in the same way that I did in my Gilio, where I did like full blocks of color. I'm doing dots instead. And yeah, so this is actually some vellum that I had from Michaels that I laminated and then cut down, punched, and I put slits in the punch so I can move this easily. I have my color coding post-it here, sticky note here, and then this is actually how I'm going to use my pages, or what I'm going to use them for. I was really trying to figure out how I wanted to use these inserts. So the year, the month are pretty self-explanatory. It was the week that I was struggling with a little bit. I'll show you why. I'll actually show you my December inserts. So ahead here. So here's the 2019 inserts. They do look slightly different from the 2020 inserts, but that's fine. I actually like the 2020 inserts more. So here are the weeklies, and it's basically a week on 2 page, and it's blocks, right? So you get the month overview here, you get some priorities, a this week section, a memo section, and then these are the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm doing more of like the bullet journal type system in here, so I didn't need as much space, but there are some days where I need more space. So what I decided was that if I have a day that overruns what I have available, I'm just going to use a post-it note, because those days come few and far between in comparison to the days where I won't need the whole block. And I didn't want to base an entire insert, like a week on 4 page, full, 4 horizontal, full vertical column page on a few days. It seemed like such a waste. So this is what I'm going to roll with, and then if I have any overage, I'm just going to use a post-it note or this memo section, one of the two. So for the most part, I was just trying to figure out if the sizing worked for me. And then last week I actually added in some stickers, which I really liked. And then I added in stickers this week, and stupid me did not realize that the 2020 inserts for January started with the 30th as well. So these are actually in here. So I'm actually waiting for my undo to come so I can take these stickers off of here nicely and use them in this week instead. But the differences here are that you don't get this overview anymore. You still have your 3 priorities, but it's just 1, 2, and 3 now. The biggest change I liked was that, see how it says Thursday 2, whereas this one is like THU02. It is so much smaller space taken up by the date, and I really appreciate that. You still get your memo spot. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. The overview moved over here, and it's actually a little smaller. And then instead of having a this week section, this big this week section, you just have this smaller blank section. So you could still use it as a this week section. It's just not labeled as such, so you can use it for whatever you want. I do have a today marker as well. And this has my bullet journal key that I use. And then these task cards I got from Maddie Plans I put on here. I normally, last year, would write down dishes, laundry, when I did them. and I'm just not really caring to anymore this year, so I'm going to use these instead. I don't need to know when I last did the dishes. I can just use this. So this is what I'm going to be using moving forward. I have them color coded. I don't like the colors, but they were the colors she had available when I ordered, so I'm hoping to get some colors that I actually like. These tabs also are just Avery Ultra tabs. They're obviously the smaller ones, and then I just use my label maker to make the labels. And then this is also just the same vellum laminated, and I put slits in it so I can move it easily. And then I just have this reminder on the back here on a post-it note. It says organization is for people who have too much stuff. My problem is I was focusing more on organizing what I have versus bringing what I have down and then organizing what's left. So this is just a friendly reminder to myself that I need to focus on decluttering, not organizing. So I have my entire year's worth of inserts in here. It's really, really nice to have everything in here. I can write things in the months and the days if I need to. It's just really nice. This little divider here is just some paper that my son colored. I actually am using these for all of my dividers. He colored it just for me for my planner, so that's where that stays. So this is my finance section. Here's my kiddo. With my word, I chose a quote, and it's so funny because I hate the book Walden by Henry David Thoreau, but this quote seemed fitting, and it just kind of makes me fiery angry every time I see it. But it's, our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. My friend and I used to say this all the time, just in annoyance of this book. And I don't know, I just thought it was kind of a little fun little kick to myself to have that in here. So that's just printed out on some 110-pound paper. I have a Peanuts Planner Co-Finance Routine insert. It is a fold out. So I'm intending on using that. I already have it all set up. This is something that I did last year. This is going to be for unbudgeted stuff to track. I track it in my Google Sheet as well, but I like writing it down, going over it, and seeing the changes. I have that in here as well. Yeah, so here it is all written out. I don't know. I don't need it, but it is really nice to kind of review it, so that's why I kept it. I have an order tracker. I already have a ton of orders, but I'm hoping that I don't have to print this out very often. I'm not planning on ordering a ton this year. Some cardstock from an old Planner Society kit. Then I have a budget tracker. So these are my fluctuating budgets. Just for me, not for my husband. This one anyway. So this is my gas, my groceries, and my PR budget, just to keep track of things that I purchased. I also keep track of this in a Google Sheet, but again, I like having it. The action of writing it down makes me review it and understand that I maybe am spending too much on certain things. Although these two, I can't really bring them down too much from where we are. It's still nice to see them. So this one, however, that one's different. We are going to be starting the baby steps system. So the first baby step is the emergency fund. So I just have a tracker here. I probably won't need this whole tracker, but we'll see. And that will probably just end up getting removed if I don't use the whole thing. I have some payment trackers here. These are all from Peanuts Planner Co. So these are just my various, our various cards that we have to pay down. And then once we're done with the emergency fund, we're going to start the debt snowball, which is pay down debt, baby step 2. So I'm going to write all our debts here, the balances, the minimums, and then this is each a month. It's 6 months and then another 6 months. It's blank because obviously your months can vary. So there's that. And then I have another little divider for my son. And then I just actually printed these out because we just figured this out today. So these are going to be for our sinking funds. So it is actually not recommended necessarily, from what I've seen, to start a sinking fund at the same time that you're starting the debt snowball, baby step 2, but we're doing it anyway. So this is going to be for all of our sinking funds. I have yet to fill it out, but I have some sinking funds that we're probably going to withdraw from quite a bit. and then some that we're not going to withdraw from very often, so that's why I have some one per page and 2 per page. So yeah, I have to fill those out. And then this is my social media. Really it should be YouTube because it's really just for my YouTube. I have some pictures of some K-pop groups I follow, just a funny one. And then some post-it notes that I kind of I transfer from planner to planner from Shine Sticker Studio, those ladies. And then, so here are the inserts that I'm going to be using for my social media, aka my YouTube. So I'm basically going to put a sticker down on the days that I'm going to post, write down the days that I'm going to post and what the video is going to be. And then in here is going to be my, like, these are the things I need to do to get the video done. It's broken down by, like, there's 4 Saturdays, so it's going to be 4 videos. And then I do also have, I also have them laid out. So this is July, this is August, September. These are all the Saturdays because I'm going to go moving forward. I'm only going to post on Saturdays, for sure. I may sprinkle some out throughout the rest of the week depending on things, but for now I'm just going to do Saturdays instead of Wednesday and Saturday. So this is how I'm going to lay it out to kind of see how everything coincides with other months and stuff. And then back here I just have some notes for video ideas and things. This is obviously another divider. This is a health section, so this is where I'm going to track my cycle and other intimate things like that. A weight log, a health log. I have never used this, but I always keep one just in case I need it. Doctor visits, medicine log, which I use often actually for both my son and I. I have this vertical column from Peanuts Planner Co. These are also all from Peanuts Planner Co. And I'm going to use this as a trigger journal because I had postpartum depression and anxiety. Now I just have the anxiety. It's like just generalized anxiety. It's not the postpartum anymore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down like the date, what the trigger was, how I handled it, how I coped with it, stuff like that. Just to remind myself how much better I'm doing than I was, just to see how not often it happens, but then when it does happen, I want to obviously try and handle that a little better maybe next time. So, and then I have a makeup reference here with just all the makeup products and face products I use right now. This is just so if I'm at the store and I don't remember which foundation I use, I have the color here. So, some old Planner Society vellum. And then this I actually kind of took the idea from Cassie from Ella Bella Plans. I've had her on my YouTube before. I'm actually going to have her on my YouTube again coming up. But she did like a meal plan, like a 5-week meal plan. And I kind of took from her, we do the same meal throughout the entire week. We both work full time. We don't have very much time between when we get home and when we get dinner and bedtimes and stuff like that. So I am going through and I picked out so far 16 meals. So that's 16 weeks of meals that I have picked out. And then this is just the ingredients and how many we need to get us through the entire week of meals. So then all I have to do is reference this, write it down on my grocery list, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to keep looking this up on Pinterest. We will for like the recipes, but I don't have to do it for the ingredients. So that's kind of the idea here is I'm going to have all the ingredients written down for however many servings we need to get both of us through the dinner week. Yeah. And then I think I just need 4 more and I'll actually have 20 weeks of meals, and that's kind of what I wanted. So I'm going to pick 4 more and finish that out. And then this is just a grocery guide from, well, these are both grocery guides, but I'm actually using this as a grocery guide. This is actually a freebie from Peanuts Planner Co. in her Facebook group. But yeah, so I'm just using this each week to write down our groceries. Another divider. This is my reference section. So I took this from my pocket rings. It's my name in Korean, at least how you pronounce my name in Korean. Not like my Korean name. A Hangul chart. So because I am learning how to speak Korean, and this just kind of reminds me I have some problems with like these vowel combinations and stuff. So this is just a reminder for when I do study. I've got some funnies for my K-pop group that I follow. This is from EO Edits. It is a books read insert. It's so cute because it looks like a little library card. But I've already finished 2 of the books I put on this list. Granted, I wrote 2018 for that one. I didn't finish them in 2020, but I'm still counting them for my 2020 list. So I want to read 12 books this year. It's not a very high number, but I don't read anymore. I love reading, but I haven't read in a very long time. So 12 is kind of my goal. And then this is my Peanuts Planner Co. insert checklist that I printed backwards. Actually, I cut it and punched it backwards. So I'm just going to mark what I have throughout here. Next is my notes section. So this is just my Marco Polo notes, random notes on various things, like what Sims 4 games I have and don't have. Yeah, just various notes, and then some vellum from an old Planner Society kit. Here's my meal plan. These are just notes pages. So this is my meal plan, the meals that I have written back here, and then just some random notes. And then I have some extra inserts back here. I like this insert. I just wasn't sure what to use it for, what else to use it for, so I kept it in here. I may take that out. I made myself some dot stickers, white, and then these various other colors. Made myself 2 sheets, punched it, cut it, punched it, and put it in my planner so I have it with me. And then I also have a sheet of reusable sticker paper. So if ever I want to take some stickers, specific stickers with me, and I don't want to take the actual full sheet, I can just put it in here. That's good for like meetups and stuff. So yeah, that's it. That is all of it. I mean, it's a chunk of stuff. I mean, it doesn't even like barely fits down. I do have a back pocket too, and I just have some random stuff in there. Nothing special. So that is my planner. That is a complete change from whatever I have done for the past few years, and I'm really, really, really happy with it. So hopefully that helps people in some way, or it was just enjoyable. Again, I'm going to be switching so that I do videos on Saturdays for sure. Any extras will get sprinkled throughout as I feel, but Saturdays are going to be my posting day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you want to know when I post, hit the little bell for notifications. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully 2020 is awesome for all of us. Obviously things happen, but hopefully, hopefully it goes well. So I will talk to you later. Bye.